again looking at some technical details of our meeting today. What you know about, do you know about matchmaking? Write me please, and if you ever tried it in life, because it's quite well spreaded field, well spreaded approach in the modern world, and coaching works in different areas of life, including business, personal development, personal life, and so on. And there is also such a term that shadow coaching. It is for businessmen, for top managers, when coach helps to achieve some results too. But today we discuss things about matchmaking. Please let me know if you are here. Actually, during the work with each client, we use matchmaking, we use coaching in matchmaking, but this coaching is kind of different from its pure meaning that comes from Ukrainian University that where I studied. Daya, hi, happy to read you, and I'm thank you for being today on this live stream. Coaching in its pure meaning, it's just assistance in partnership with a client in movement to his own goals, dreams, and new achievements. But in matchmaking, we can't use this coaching only in this format, because actually coaching in matchmaking, it's very tightly connected with the expertise and with the knowledge. I already comments. Can anybody hear me? I can read you, Daya. So in matchmaking, coaching doesn't go like in its pure meaning, and if we used it this way, there wouldn't be result, because the main idea of coaching is that every person knows what is the best for him, and subconsciously even he knows all the ways, all the methods how he can achieve one or another goal. But again, in matchmaking, we sometimes have clients who, for example, read something online, who, for example, used online dating sites that actually use some profiles of the models. And many men act this way. They have the some illusions about Ukrainian girls. That's why when they apply to us, they can tell us about their expectations, their requirements, but according to our experience, we understand they are unrealistic, or it's difficult to achieve, and so on. And then we discuss it with each client. And actually, when we make the selection for client of women, sometimes men can refuse the candidates, but then we talk again with the client and we can reassure him why he should meet this woman, and so on. And it's about educating the client, because sometimes actually when people come to us, sometimes they come to us because they have some issues in relationships sector of their life. So we do our best to help them to change the situation. That's why many of clients, they follow our advice, and they are able to hear, to listen. And at the same time, and especially it is the issue with super successful men who are very successful in their business, who are very, very successful financially. And this category of men, they usually don't like listening to someone's advice, and they insist on finding only the type of lady that they imagine. In some of these cases, we can just try, but I always say from the very beginning, because we just try, but I don't promise any result actually. So coaching in matchmaking, it's actually included in each of our package, several sessions according to the type of package. But it happens sometimes client can prefer to organize just the coaching session and we talk 1 hour about his case, or we can do it during the process too, when we educate the client, when we explain why we select this woman, why we recommend him to meet her, and so on. When I was studying matchmaking first from my American teacher, I even had a chapter in my book, in my student book, that matchmaking can't exist without coaching. And some of the matchmakers in the US, in Great Britain, sometimes they take the client first into coaching, and only after that they accept him as a client in matchmaking. I don't do this yet. When I feel there are some issues about matchmaking, I just discuss it with the clients, and we can work simultaneously in coaching and in matchmaking. So tell me please if you ever tried any coaching sessions with maybe some expert from the US or other country, and I'm interested to know about your opinion, what changed in your life, in which field, how it was. Can you share please? In our field, in the field of matchmaking, the coaching is very well spread term, and many matchmakers tell they use it. But I advise you to ask to know more about the education in this field, because I don't know a lot about the US market of coaches, but here in Ukraine we even already have a joke that every lazy housewife can become a coach or blogger. So when you apply to the person, check about their education, and if she or he names himself a coach, try to get some proofs of this, because the same is about psychologists. Some psychologists just go through the course of 3-month study online and they call themselves psychologists, and so on. So make sure that the expertise is validated. Yeah, coaching, it's when I was studying it, we were told it's for like the same as a therapy. It is like a dessert for your life. When you have already enough for happy life, you achieved something in your life, and of course you are financially successful too already, so that you have not only money for your apartment, food and clothes, but for something more, for your development, for education, for personal growth. Then you go to the coach or a therapist, depends on your needs. And coaching actually helps to achieve even more in your life. When therapy is more about the past of the person and the present, the coaching is more about present and the future. So in coaching we don't analyze what happened to you in your childhood, how your mother or father influenced you and what happened exactly and so on, but we are concentrated on the present, and you put your goals and you find out your own steps, how you will achieve it. And the coaching is considered to be the psychology approach that allows you to get even better results in a more short term, in comparison if you did it yourself without coach. Because in coaching you have, if we talk about regular sessions, in coaching you have, for example, 1 session per week, and it is at least 10 meetings. And during this time, for each meeting, you prepare your home task. You should do some steps towards your dream, towards your goal, and coach get information about it, so you are more motivated to move in this. So I just told you about the general understanding of coaching, but in matchmaking it's kind of different. I can't do without giving advice and recommendations to you. So in classic coaching, it's forbidden to advise something to a client. The coach is just asking right questions in the right time, so that client understands, becomes conscious of his own answers. Let me answer you the question. Mila Jackson asks, Ukrainian or Russian, which is the best to learn to communicate best? Actually, what I notice here in Ukraine, many people still talk in Russian, especially in Odessa. 99% speaks in Russian everywhere. So I think that Russian is basic, and you should learn it first. Childhood questions seem to be very popular when it comes to psychologist questions. Yeah, you are right, because as we say, we are all coming from childhood, and actually what happened to us in childhood, after all, make us the person who we are. But of course, during the life we also change, and it's good news that of course, being a child, we are all helpless, and sometimes we can't influence the situation, and we just need to be in it. But when we become adults, we can move from what we have to any direction that we choose for ourselves, and we can't change our past, but we can change our present and future, and it is a gift of life, I believe. So I use coaching myself too. Sometimes I take several sessions when I want something new, something very speedy results in my business, for example, and it's very useful. So maybe you have some more questions. I guess this topic is new for you, so we don't ask so many as we had on other live streams, for example, about dating online. So please ask me what you have in mind. Maybe it won't be only about coaching, but something else maybe. By the way, there are good news. Tomorrow we move to our new office, and in July I am planning to make a beautiful opening party. So if you will be already able to travel here, you will be invited. We will put the news about it on our social networks. What types of coaching do you do? It's relationship coaching and coaching for singles mainly. It is my favorite topic. Sometimes people apply to me about their business goals, because I have own business since 2008. It means 12 years already. But my favorite topic is relationships, and especially coaching for singles. We will do some video of our new office. Now we want to design it in some beautiful way to prepare it, and in the middle of June, I think we will be ready. Actually, during the quarantine, I was wondering if we really need office or not, or maybe clients can trust us without it, and so on. But I took the decision that we need it, and I'm curious to know your opinion. Would you trust the agency without office, just working online, or not? Can you please share? Let me answer your question. When you say coaching for singles, what does that include? I can't give you the exact plan what it includes, because the session is always very personal, and it depends on each client. And during these sessions, we find out the goals of this exact person and find the ways how to reach it. And as you understand, the life story of each person is different, and each person can have different goals, so there is no scheme. Pure coaching, it's only about asking right questions and finding out the answers from the client. So it is like this. I would trust your agency without an office from what I have seen of yourself and your videos, but not sure about some of the other agencies out there in Ukraine. Thank you for your comment. Actually, it was kind of difficult to work from home only during this time. I got accustomed to office too, so I usually don't sit in the office the whole day long. Usually just coming and leaving, talking with my team. But at the same time, when we didn't have it, we didn't go to the office during the quarantine, it felt different, absolutely different than usually. And most of my team also told that they prefer office too. The same happens with clients, girls clients. I noticed that when we were on quarantine, the amount of registration got less, because when girls come to the office, they bring all the documents and so on. But when we are doing it online, some girls don't trust too. So I guess our society is not fully ready yet for working online, or maybe our generation. I guess maybe modern teenagers, when they will be a little bit older, or people in their 20s, they are fully okay with working online and buying services online too. Plus, at least you won't have your kids getting in the way of your live streams, so having an office is a better place to work. Yeah, I agree with you. Fully agree with you. But usually, as my live streams happen in the evening, I chose this time to have to make it more comfortable for you to visit. So I usually do it from home, live streams. And in the office, it's kind of noisy sometimes, so I can't do it always. But we have a very beautiful new office, and we have a balcony. I will show you our videos for sure. Do girls pay to be a part of your agency? Yes, they usually pay, but during the quarantine we made the registration for them for free, because many people here experience some problems with money, as they didn't work for two months, so we made it free. And now I'm thinking about the concept of attracting girls only through recommendations, and only exact type of girls, more, how to say, more intelligent, more well-mannered, more educated, so like top class of women, not everyone. So I think in some time we'll do it, and I want to work with accomplished, intelligent, well-mannered men, and to find the same type of women for them, because actually we have these men now, men clients, but girls are different. How has COVID impacted the travel to the Ukraine? Are people allowed to move around freely right now? You know, in our city in Odessa, many people say that quarantine wasn't real one from the very beginning. Many things were allowed. Now we are living almost the same life here. Already fitness clubs are working and everything is working, but since there are no international flights, no one can fly, it feels, and it influences our work too. So it influenced to some extent, but yes, people are. We already have restaurants working inside too, so mostly we have the same type of life now, and we are waiting for our clients to be able to come to us. Yeah, lockdown influenced everyone. I noticed the very financed people, how to say, they didn't notice it so much, but usual people who had just salary, of course, they are not able to buy as much as they could before. So there is very significant influence of this lockdown on all of us. And in this where we rent the office, it's a big trade center, and I actually see that now many offices here are free. People closed their offices and left, so not a very good time here. But I guess not only here but all over the world. So dears, do you have some more questions? And if not, we will finish for today. By the way, again, I had an idea of inviting some interesting specialists to our live streams. Maybe image maker, maybe psychologist, maybe relationship coach of different types than me, and so on. Would you be interested in visiting such live streams? Tell me, please. I'm waiting for you to comment as the live stream goes with some pause. Please invite them. It would be good to ask them questions. Thank you a lot for your reaction, for your answer. Okay, dears, let's stop here. And I'm thinking about making live streams on Wednesdays already instead of Thursdays. So you will see the news about new live stream very soon. And don't forget to subscribe us and to monitor when I'm here for you, and join my live streams when you are with me. Our live streams are getting more interesting and useful, I guess. Have a nice evening, everyone, and I hope we will meet soon, at least online.